Here we are. We're in the time unit. Tick-tock, friends. Time! Well, yes, we learn about centuries and decades and measuring centuries and all that jazz so that when we move forward in our social studies times within school, we understand those measurements, we understand those things, we understand when they happened. As we move forward through the course, we're going to look at, in different times of history, the think thoughts that humans were even able to think. And it's interesting because some of the earliest humans, some of their think thoughts around time and their understanding of time are things that we lost touch with. And in losing touch with that, we found ourselves very overwhelmed, and we find ourselves with a lot of anxiety and a lot of not trusting ourselves and our very beings and how we're created. But brothers and sisters, good news. We can trust time. We can trust ourselves as we begin to understand this idea that I talk about. If truth is true one place, where else is it true? Everywhere. You can't own truth. Now, we'll find truth that is the same with nature ends up being the same within our very own beings. So, just as I can't force the sun to come up at a different time or go down at a different time, forcing myself to do different, forcing myself to keep unnatural hours for how our being is made is also not healthy for us, or isn't something that is how we are made to be. Now, when I'm looking at time and I'm looking at the sun going up and the sun going down, it's the same with us. We need rest. We need to rise with the sun and be alive in our lives and go outside, and then to go to bed, maybe not in the wintertime exactly where the sun goes down, but to know that these patterns are very real, and they're also the very patterns that are within our own beings to follow. Even something like the seasons, these patterns, there are these patterns within all of nature, which are also the patterns that are within us. So you learn in elementary school, or before that, the idea of seasons. You got summer, fall, winter, spring, and they loop and they loop. Well, ladies and gentlemen, look at, I'm in the sun. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, these seasons, we go through them in our lives as well. There are really difficult seasons that we go to. Maybe this is a winter season for you. But it's trusting, knowing that over time, if I am willing to see and if I'm willing to practice these life-giving ways of being, well, what comes after winter is spring. This idea of resurrection, if we're looking within our faith, it's not life, death, resurrection just once, but so many times throughout our lives. So in times of winter, we can trust and know that spring will come. If we don't allow ourselves to be just trapped in a spiral of social media, or trapped in a spiral of gaming, or trapped in these little screens, as opposed to living your life through your own eyes and through your own experience and participation, which is how we are made to live our life. Now, these rhythms of life are really important to know, and that's something that we can learn from early humans, and something that we can learn to adopt and to begin to live within our own lives, that we can trust our bodies and our beings, that we can start to enter these practices of truly living our life, and what we need. Now, I have here, the sky is always blue. I have that written there because it's true. The sky is always blue. Sometimes there are clouds. Sometimes there is rain. But underneath all of that, the sky is blue. If truth is true one place, it's true everywhere. Within us, this Christ, this love, that is always there. That is you. That is who you are. These different experiences that you have in life, your likes, your dislikes, all of these things, they're a part of who you are, but they're not your core. Your core is always blue, is always radiant and ready for newness. And so when we live life and spending our time, can we nurture that? Can we practice knowing that? Can we truly enter our lives and use this gift of time that we get each day to be able to really love it, and to be able to be enchanted by it, and to be able to share it with the people that we love, and to not take it for granted? There you have it, little Grund Talk on Time. Hi, welcome to Grund Talk on Time. You just had it. Good times. Grace and peace, y'all. I hope you can bring something from this into your own being. And also, Lucy, say hi. Lucy, she's great. Isn't she cute? Okay, bye. Except for I'm also in the classroom with you. Unless you're home learning, then I'm not there. Okay, bye.